Let's be honest, friends. Marketing feels a little weird sometimes. It can feel nerve-wracking to put your offers out into the universe because when we're doing that, it might bring up all kinds of imposter syndrome feelings. And I'm here today to tell you that there are simple, organic marketing tactics that you can use for your studio that won't feel salesy or icky or weird. And that's what we're going to discuss today. We're going to go through 3 marketing tips plus a bonus tip that will help you learn to discover what you can do as a music teacher who owns a business and has to market. So let's get into it today, shall we, my friends? 3 organic marketing tactics for music studio owners that are super simple to use, and yet I don't see a lot of people using these. So if you are able to learn how to do these tactics and put them into practice, you are going to be in a good space. Right as the cat walks across the keyboard. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. If you are new here, please say new below and let me know where you're tuning in from. If you are a regular broadcast attendee, I am so excited that you are here. Please shout out in the comments so that I can say good morning and good afternoon to you. If you are watching on the replay, know that we love our replay viewers and we love to keep the conversation going. So please feel free to jump in with questions if you are watching later on. I will circle back and have a conversation with you. And all right, so let's do a couple of quick things before we begin. Let's bring in a little bit of music. All right, so today the topic is 3 organic marketing tactics that you can use for your music studio. They are simple tactics and they really work. When I see clients put these into practice and if they are consistent with them, then they start showing up in searches more often. They start getting inquiries via their social and their website. So these are absolute organic marketing musts for you. Good morning to Carrie and Leishan. Deborah, thanks. I really like that video too. It's pretty fun. If you have a music teacher friend who could benefit from joining in on this conversation with us, please be sure to invite them to join us today. And if you are new here, I just want to say welcome and hello. My name is Sara Campbell. I am a business strategist, marketing, and mindset coach for music studio owners and online education experts just like yourself. And I go live here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about all those topics and where you sometimes get to see my cats do death-defying feats. So if you are here and you love learning out loud, as we tend to do, as you listen to these tips today, give us a hashtag takeaway and tell us the most valuable thing that you've heard so that we can learn together. And if you want to say hello to Bjorn and Freya, you are welcome to do that as well. I have the Savvy Sara bot set up as always, and she's going to deliver the 3 tips to you, plus a bonus tip that we're talking about today. So if you would like to get a hold of that, if you drop a tactics below, you will be sent a message here on Facebook where the Savvy Sara bot will set you up with all of the show notes and any other links that I'm mentioning today. All right, so let's get to it. Hey there, good morning, Jennifer. Nice to see you. She dropped a little sunshine here. And I see Deborah is the first one to put tactics below. Fantastic. All right. As I mentioned, there will be a bonus tip at the end, so make sure you stick around for that bonus tip because it's a really powerful one. So let's get to tip number 1, shall we? Here we go. All right, so when it comes to organic marketing, your first tip is to keep your Google My Business page updated. Now, if you don't know what Google My Business is, or you don't think that you have one, let me explain it real quick. It's something that you've seen before. When you Google a term, then a bunch of things show up on a map. and you get a list of different businesses there. So those are called Google My Business pages, and they're really powerful and they're totally free. Yeah, there is an advertising part of it that you can invest in if you want to, but most of the time, teachers that I know get a lot of inquiries from just using the free version of Google My Business. So it's important to keep this updated on the regular. And let me detail what that looks like. But before I do, I want to know, for those of you who are watching live or on the replay, do you have a Google My Business account? I'd love to know if you do, because I'd love to follow you on there. So what you can do with your Google My Business account to keep it updated is visit it weekly and make posts there. You can actually repurpose the content that you're using on other social medias and create posts on Google My Business. Another thing you can do is tap into the reviews section of that and make sure that you're reaching out to clients regularly to ask for reviews so that you're generating new content, both content that you've created and user-generated content. A user-generated content is a review or something else that like a client might send to you, maybe a picture they took of their kids practicing at home. And as long as you have permission, right, get those social media releases. Oh, I see there are quite a few people here. Okay, Leishan says, no, I don't have that, but I better get that done. Yeah, Leishan, it would be totally valuable for your studio. Pete says, yep, Google My Business. I love it. Good. So we've got some people there. Sally says, oh, hope you're feeling better. Thanks for coming on today. Thank you, Sally. That's so sweet. Carrie says that she does have Google My Business, but she hasn't utilized it like she should yet. So Carrie, and those who might not be utilizing it, or if you don't have it, those are the easy steps, right? Set up your Google My Business account first, and then make sure that you are updating it regularly so that new content is coming through and new reviews are coming through. It's completely free to do. And it's a great way to get found. It's a great way to do organic marketing where you're not having to pay for anything and you're getting yourself out there so that people can find you. All right, so let's get to number 2. Item number 2 is to network with organizations and peers. Now, about a month ago, I did a big broadcast on networking. And I wanted to mention networking again and why it's so important in our marketing plan. So when I say networking with organizations, if you are an in-person studio, that might mean reaching out to different organizations in the area, such as dance schools or art schools, places that do math tutoring, karate studios, sports centers, and making sure that you are networking with the people around you. It's one of the most powerful ways to get your business known is to get to know other businesses. So that's one aspect of the networking. Then we also want to network with our peers. So if you are a local studio and you know that, okay, hey, there's a guitar teacher down the street, there's a voice teacher down the street, there's a ukulele teacher down the street, network with them and create your own referral network. It can be a really great way to just increase the likelihood that a teacher might refer someone to you. And I'm going to let you know, you can network with people who teach the same instruments as well. Remember, one of our big things here at Savvy Music Studio is collaboration, not competition. I thoroughly believe that there are enough music students in the world to fill every single music studio. We just need to learn how to speak to the ideal clients. I see Julie had a question here about she's not sure if she has the Google My Business. Is it different from a Google search? So Google My Business, I'll back up for a second and explain this. Google My Business is something that you actually have to set up. So if you just Google My Business, you will see where you can set up your own account, and you can choose to have a pin dropped on a map, or you can choose a service area. If anybody's super curious about how to set that up, there is a section inside of the Social Media Savvy Studio where I walk through all the steps in setting up Google My Business, because I know sometimes the tech stuff can get people bogged down, and it's nice to be able to see somebody tell you exactly how to do it. Okay, so back to the networking with the organizations and peers. I want to mention that if you, so I've mentioned things about being a local studio. If you are an online teacher, you can do the same thing. You can reach out to organizations that make sense to network with. You can look for blogging opportunities. You can look for guest appearances, and you can still network with teachers who resonate with you and your brand. Find teachers that you think, oh yeah, you know what? This person gets why I do what I do. I'd like to reach out to them and see if maybe I can send referrals their way, because we all know that every once in a while we get that client, that potential client that calls us, and they're either just not quite a perfect fit for our studio, or maybe they're actually asking for an instrument that we don't teach. I've had people ask me about guitar lessons, and I'm like, there is no place on my website that says I play guitar. I really wish I did, but I don't. So I'm going to pass you on to somebody that I know. So that idea of networking as a way to increase your organic marketing is a really important step. And it's something that a lot of teachers forget. So I hope that you dive into some networking in the future here. This is great. I love this. I want to show a couple of comments about networking to show some examples here. Pete Martinez says that playing piano for his girls' dance at the Christmas recital, their instructor is becoming like family. So what a powerful relationship you've created with that dance studio. That's great. Julie says she also receives a lot of referrals from her local dance studio. And if I remember correctly, Julie, you receive referrals from your local gym as well. It's good stuff. Okay, so let's get into item number 2. Remember, give me your takeaways if there's anything that's like sparking some ideas here. All right, number 2 is tap into quality SEO on your website. So let me just define what I mean by this. SEO means search engine optimization. And what we can do to optimize our results and make sure that we show up in a Google search or a Bing search, or is Yahoo search still a thing? I don't know. Whatever, wherever people are searching, is that we can make sure that we are tapping into the right keywords. I do have a detailed blog post. If anybody would like a link to that detailed blog post all about SEO, just drop an SEO below and I will circle back and make sure that I get that link to you. In a nutshell, what we want to make sure that we're doing is that we are tapping into location keywords so that people, like if we are teaching in person and we're a local studio, that we're showing up when people, Google something like piano lessons in Jacksonville, Florida, right? Or, voice lessons in West Middlesex, PA. So we want to make sure that we've got local keywords, and we also want to make sure that we have service keywords that are going to tap into what we actually provide to people. So again, my cats are making all kinds of noise back there. If you do want a hold of that, just drop an SEO below and I'll make sure to get that to you. I see. Oh, look at this. In action, Sally says, I just claimed my Google page. There's something that I do in this coaching program that I'm a part of. When something amazing happens and we want to celebrate each other, we do something called a whooshing. This comes from Molly Mahoney, who got it from somebody else. So, hey, Sally, I just want to give you a little whoosh right there because I think it's awesome that you did that right now. That's amazing. Okay, so before we get to the bonus tip here at the end, I wanted to mention that Branding Bootcamp is open for enrollment right now. We are starting on October 1st. And if these ideas about networking and, ideal clients and SEO and all of these things are getting you a little like, ooh, this is too much, reach out. Drop a Branding Bootcamp below, and maybe you and I can hop on a little call to talk about how developing a solid brand for your music studio is going to really help you grow your business. All right, so are we ready for the rest of the tips here? We're going to do a rapid recap in just a moment here. I see Linda says, I do have a Google business page, but sometimes forget or I wonder what to post. So Linda, if you missed the very beginning of the broadcast, you can go watch on the replay, but I'll say really quickly here, you can use the same content that you're posting on your social media on Google My Business. Those who are in the social media course know that we have about 7 or 8 might be even 9 different types of posts that we lean into. And so there's all different types of posts that you can make that are not sales posts, but that actually help people understand, what is your brand about? What do you stand for? What magic do you create inside of the music studio? Oh, thank you. Julie says, sign up for Branding Bootcamp. It's the best course ever. And Lisa says, everybody should do it. It rocks. Thank you both. That's so wonderful. Okay, so let's do a recap of all of the things that we've talked about today, plus a bonus tip. Are we ready? Let's do this. All right. I know that it can feel weird to market your studio, because as soon as we get into like the idea of marketing or advertising, imposter syndromes kind of like bubble up in our chest, and we start to feel a little icky and like a salesy weirdo, as one of my coaches might say. But there are easy, organic marketing tactics that you can use for your music studio so that you can start communicating your brand to the right people. So here they are. The first one here is keep your Google My Business page updated. And there are really easy ways to do this. The best way that you can keep this updated is by repurposing the content that you're using on social media over on your Google My Business page. And the second best thing that you can do is make sure that you are consistently reaching out to get reviews from current clients so that you also have user-generated content over there. So that's the first thing. And if you don't have a Google My Business page, they're free to set up. Just literally Google My Business, and you'll start to find how to set that up on your own. Okay, the second step is to network with organizations and peers. Whether you are local or online, it is really, really powerful to tap into marketing through networking. So connect with those dance studios, the karate studios, the art studios, the math tutors, all of the people that are around you that you could potentially support in one way, and they could potentially support you. And don't forget to reach out to local teachers so that you can build a referral list. It's a really powerful way to get yourself out there through organic marketing. Number 3, you want to tap into quality SEO on your website. So that means that you need to know your location keywords and your service keywords and all of these things that will allow your website to actually show up when somebody Googles piano lessons near me, right? Okay, now let's get to the bonus tip here, because this one's a really good one. Use social media for brand awareness. Let me define what that means. So, if you are stuck wondering what to post on your social media accounts, remember, the main reason that you have that is to build brand awareness. This means that you want to show people the magic that happens in your studio. You want to show people, these are the individuals that I work with. These are the values that I stand for. Here are the benefits of what happens when you join our studio. Here are the problems that we can help you solve. So it's all about defining, what is your studio space? What is your brand? And if we can use our social media to build brand awareness and lean into those aspects of marketing, then making the actual offer, making an ad becomes a lot easier, because we have built in the know, like, and trust factor. People have to know you in order to like you. They have to like you in order to trust you. They have to trust you in order to pick up the phone. So if you have enjoyed these tips today, give us a hashtag takeaway with whatever tip was your favorite, and go ahead and show us a little love with some hearts and some thumbs. If you enjoyed this content, you may also consider inviting a teacher friend to join us and watch the replay. We love that. And you know what? We're going to be back next week with more good stuff. Remember, if you want to get a hold of the show notes from today, you're going to drop a tactics below, and the Savvy Sarah bot will reach out to you. She will send you all of the show notes, the tips that we've gone through, and she will send you information about Branding Bootcamp if you are ready to really dig into your brand so that you can build brand awareness and get more people contacting you. Psst. More of the right people. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I always have a fabulous time chatting with you all. I will be back next week for a very special masterclass. So stay tuned to email for that information. And in the meantime, stay savvy and stay you, because there is no teacher in the world who is quite like you. And I think that you are pretty dang awesome. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.